Yeah. So this is regarding the domain. Like as I said, like I belong to the automotive sector. So my role is not into research or anywhere like that. I, develop the code for the base software,
Mhm.
and it's more like product based. Like you work on cars and day in day out. It's more of that. So for a job like that, publishing a paper or getting anything like into any of these things which you just mentioned may be a little tricky. So mm like for people like me, how better can the smart green card team help to build that strong profile?
That's a loaded question because it is built upon the premise that you need to be a researcher in order to write papers, which is fundamentally wrong. Because anybody can write papers. I mean, there are people writing and publishing papers on the Smart Green Card program without being anywhere close to research related work. So, I mean, an example of it is like, see, I mean, you have spent so much time, let's say, in the automotive industry. There's definitely quite a bit of things or problems that you've solved in the industry which are relatively unique, or it might be unique to that employer, or whatever it is, right? Like there's a quite a bit of work that you've done in the industry, which is why you have come so far in the industry. So given that track record, there's n number of things that you can pull out from the experience that you have, and that's part of what we do also in the Smart Green Card program. Is we strategically help understand what are the things that can be written about, and then like help you write about them. And trust me, like a few papers in, people have just gotten into that flow of writing papers, and they've kind of then they are like, okay, I really don't need to be a researcher in order to write papers. So overall, it's, I think the flaw in that question was your presumption that you need to be working in a research kind of environment, which is not true.
Okay.
But it so happened that research environment people uh, publish more papers because that's what you need. In a way, that's a qualifier for your PhD also, right? Like you need to publish papers and stuff. And B, what is the real end product of a research activity? It is for especially an academic level research activity. Like for example, if there are researchers at Apple, there are a lot of researchers at Apple, you'll hardly see a publicly available paper that these researchers are writing, because of course there's a business interest that they need to protect internally. But if you look at a researcher working at a university in a lab, their interest is in making whatever they find available to the world rather than keeping it a secret. So given that the motivation of that position itself, a research position itself, is to make things available to the world than keep it secret, that's why they have higher traction in publishing research. It's part of their job, they have to do it. And that's why you see that most publications out there are by research people.